Hey, beautiful soul. Welcome to the Cozy Cushion. I'm Natasha, your intuitive empath with psychic ability that comes here each week to talk about new topics. So today is day 3 for my YouTube video challenge. I present it to myself to really highlight my full-time purpose and my true intention for my YouTube channel. And of course, as you guys know, you are a huge part of that. Without you, I would have nobody to talk to. So the Cozy Cushion is a place where we can slow down, breathe deep, and reconnect to what really matters. This brings up the topic of the Akashic Records. I'm so happy that you're here today because we're diving into something really close to my heart, the Akashic Records. So you may have heard the name floating around, or maybe now and again, and maybe this is your first time hearing it. Either way, you're in the right place, and I love talking about these sort of things. Today's video is a gentle, soul-led introduction to what the records are, how they feel, how I personally use them in my own life and in my work, because I've realized life is very connected and we need to stop separating so many things and labeling so many things. So, why don't you grab a tea, coffee, or water, light a candle, and let's go deep and get cozy in the most peaceful way. So, what are the Akashic Records? The Akashic Records are often described as a kind of spiritual library, but to me, they're not a dusty old archive in the clouds out there somewhere. They're a living, loving field of energy that holds the full story of your soul. Everything your soul has experienced, your past lives, your present patterns, possible futures, is recorded here in kind of a universal memory. I like to call it your soul book. And the beautiful thing is that you can access it, you can ask it questions, and you can receive real soul level answers. So a lot of healing happens within the Akashic Records. Oftentimes it's a remembering or a recognition of your ability to survive and thrive. So for me, opening the records is like stepping into a quiet jungle made of light. It's full of plants and trees and vibrant flowers and the sound of animals, because animals really resonate to my soul. So my Akasha is filled with those things. All my angels, masters, teachers, ascended masters, and loved ones. There's a sacred stillness. It's calm, very supportive, and most importantly, it's non-judgmental. Like most of our living time here on the planet, there are incredible judgments against us, ourselves, and each other. For whatever reason, it's a human pattern that really doesn't serve us, our personal growth, our mindset, or our positive life, unfortunately. So in the Akashic Records, when we tap in, it is the most supportive, non-judgmental place that you probably didn't even know existed. The messages come in very gently, sometimes through images, sometimes through feelings, and often through words. And that's where my favorite practice comes in: automatic handwriting. It took me a while to figure out that I had this sacred tool, and when I did, it took me a long time to understand it, practice it, and draw those tools all together so that I could utilize it not only for myself in my own life, but to help you guys thrive, survive, and move forward in your life in the best possible, peaceful, most supportive, non-judgmental way. When I open the records, I light candles. I say a prayer of intention, often an hour prior to me opening the records for whether it's myself or someone else. I do a walking meditation in nature. I ground myself to Mother Earth. I ground myself in my own faith, my own understanding of my spirituality, which is extremely strong, strong enough that I love teaching it. It's taken me 49 years, because maybe after I was 1 year old, I recognized the spirit. I knew the spiritual world always existed. It took me a long time to embrace it, but I've had 50 years of embracing spirituality and getting to know my sacred tools in myself as well as in the Akashic Records. Like I say, they're non-judgmental, and they have the most vibrant, most beautiful answers for our souls. So after I say my intention, I invite in the highest guidance available for this moment. So the Akashic Records, when I read, it's in the current moment. It's in the here and the now. So it's not, so that makes it exciting. So then I start writing. No editing, no overthinking, just pencil to paper and pure channeled flow. So I tap into the spirit. I ask my spirit guides to help me with the reading. I ask that this person's own angels, masters, teachers, and loved ones to show up so that I can channel all that energy of the Akasha through me. Sometimes it's for me, times I reach out to the Akasha is when I'm feeling stuck or uncertain, sad. Sometimes we go through experiences and we're not moving through them very well, and it just puts us in a very wavy territory, of ups and downs, and it becomes too much sometimes for our mental health, our spiritual health, and oftentimes if it goes long enough, friends, it takes hold of our physical health. And I can assist you with all that in a very gentle and peaceful way, just like sitting down with an old friend, best friend, not just a friend, a best friend, somebody that will hear you, see you, and love you while we have a conversation and drink tea or coffee or water. So glad you joined me. So other times it's for clients who are looking for clarity on their soul path. So people reach out to me all the time for spiritual guidance and readings on their soul path, sometimes for healing relationships or reconnecting with your life purpose. So not only do I love living the life of my dreams, creating this cozy cushion of space where I can work and thrive, most importantly, be myself, as well as get to live my full-time purpose. And I get more excited about that every day in every way, friends. And it's cultivated. It's cultivated. We need to learn from other people. I teach spiritual strength for a reason. So we connect to our full-time purpose, or sometimes people really want to hear from their loved ones, people they have lost or still have questions about. That's quite a variety of space, but it aligns with your soul. So there's information always available to you about how you can heal, how you can be at peace, how you can forgive and let go, and how you can remember how loved you are in our world right here, right now, why all this stuff is happening. So, can anyone access these records? And the answer is yes, absolutely. And I can teach you. It is a process. The answer to that is no. So the answer to can anyone read the records? Yes and no. Depends on you, because not everyone is called to do this work. And that's okay. It can be a very heavy place to step into in certain aspects, and not everybody is willing to do the spiritual work to gain the knowledge, to understand the records, but also work deeply on themselves to remain a clear channel of pure positive energy. But if you feel a gentle pull when I talk about it, and your soul is nudging you, like it nudged me way a long time ago. My soul was nudging me constantly. And a friend of mine that I worked with at one of the gyms had brought a book to work. I'm going to go actually grab it because it's a useful tool that I used. I'm just going to tell this story. I'm going to hop into it. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I think my book was hiding. So this is a book. It is written by Linda Howe, and it's How to Read the Akashic Records. So there is books available. So way back when I was a much younger intuitive empath with psychic ability, it took me a long time to step back into my gifts for a variety of reasons. And when I stepped back into my gifts, it was like the people around me started supporting me in the most loving ways. So I worked at a gym, I worked in health and wellness. I was starting to recognize and utilize my spiritual gifts like intuition, my psychic ability, my deep empathy that I have for all humans. And so a good friend of mine brought me this book and suggested that I read it, and it opened up I found my favorite CD in here. That's kind of interesting. Brought me this book, so it's very, very handy. Like I say, it's How to Read the Akashic Records, Accessing the Archive of the Soul in Its Journey, written by Linda Howe, and it was a very useful book for me as well. So the information is out there for you to learn yourself, and it is so fun, and when you tap in, it is the most amazing space. So I might take us in for a few minutes at the end of this. So if you feel a gentle pull to talk about it, like your soul's nudging, that curiosity, it's like a breadcrumb. So I suggest that you do learn these things if they give you a nudge, like they were nudging me. There are many ways to access the records: through meditation, through prayer, through certified readers, even through dreams. A lot of people ask me to interpret their dreams for this reason. So our angels, masters, teachers, and loved ones that have passed before us will visit us in a dream. I highly suggest that you be open to those invitations from spirit, of anybody that has your highest good in mind. So make sure that your thoughts are pure and ask for the most kindest, gentlest spirit that has your highest good in mind to come through in your dreams. You can learn some very interesting things about your Akashic records. And if you've ever been in a dream and you were in a place that you recognized, for instance, when I started dreaming about my Akashic records, I would end up in the jungle where the sunlight was just beaming and filling my body with this pure white light. And it would, the longer I was there, the better it would feel. And there was these concrete stairs. And as I went up the stairs, I would see these archways of windows and stained glass and plants on either side. And all these animals and dogs would come to sit with me, and I would wake up and I just didn't want to leave. At first I thought this was honestly heaven, friends. And it took me a few years and a few readings to realize that was my Akashic records. I had an opportunity to travel in and out of those records on this human journey that I'm living and experiencing. And at points in my life, I could spiritually tap into those records. And I would have what I would call just wake up calls. I would wake up and I would physically, mentally, and spiritually feel different. I knew there was a difference. I knew that I was in a very special place. So why does all this matter? Well, it matters because in a world that pulls us in so many directions and is filling us full of consistent hammering of bad news, bad experiences, horrific crimes, people are losing themselves fast. So many things are impacting our lives and pulling us in different directions. And the Akashic records pull us away from that and pull us into ourselves, which I really want to encourage everybody for that to be your safe home, is your physical body. It's the best gift you were ever given, was your physical body. And we're not all comfortable with our physical bodies, but there's some answers to that in the Akashic records, perhaps a past life, for instance. So they remind us that you are a soul first, above everything else. You're not a physical meat factory, you are a soul first. You are always supported. Even if you feel devastated and alone and like nobody's there and you have no friends and you don't know who to turn to, the Akasha is always there to support you by your angels. I believe in angels. Your masters, so those are your teachers, and your loved ones, the people that have passed before you, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, your moms, your dads, your brothers and sisters that had to leave before you are there to support you, watch you grow, and be a witness to your life. So they don't want you sad, friends. They want to cheer you on, and they are in the Akasha. So if you want to go deeper into this, if you're curious about your soul's journey, or if you feel ready to receive a channeled message from Spirit through an automatic handwriting session with me, please reach out. You can reach out to me on Facebook. Please add me there. There's also information in my bio of how to contact me on Facebook and Instagram. My name is Natasha Greeno. You can reach out there. You can have a one-on-one Akashic reading with me, and I would love to connect to your energy. So just send me a private message. I will message you back, and we'll connect in whatever way works for you. drop me a comment below or message me anytime. Make sure you subscribe more to the Cozy Cushion, because I will be posting spiritual support each and every week. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Until next time, keep your heart open, your coffee warm, and your spirit soft. See you soon. You are loved by me. And watch for the next video. I'm going to do a Akashic Record tour meditation. And it's going to be really short. Just for you. You are loved by me. See you soon, friends.